Okay, I'm gonna just record a quick little video on how you create a setup project to deploy MSI files in Visual Studio. Okay, so we have a project that we've been working on, just a very basic one here, Hello World on a form. So what we're gonna do to create a setup project is, if you click over here on the solution, right click and click Add. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Let's click File, Add New Project. Oh, I have to save it first. Okay. I'll go through this process too. Okay, so now we've saved that, and it brings up the new project form. You're going to click Other Project Types here, Setup and Deployment, and let's click Visual Studio Installer, and then we're just going to create a setup project, and we will just call it Hello World Setup. Okay. Alright, so that's going to make a new project over here in your Solution Explorer. And some things you can do over here, if you right click this project, you can see this view, and this view will give you, you can see the file system, if you need to edit stuff in the registry. This user interface tab lets you sort of define how the UI looks when the end user installs the program. Custom actions allow you to run scripts and stuff during the application installation process, and these launch conditions allows you to set special. It'll only launch if like certain other products are installed. Okay, so basically what we have over here is the they call that the file system. So if we click file system, that'll bring that up. You see these three folders here. You've got user program menu, user desktop, and the application folder. The application folder is just where the file, or where the code is going to run. User's desktop, new program menu, is where you can put links to the code in the application folder. So yeah, so we're going to do that. So basically, if we go into this application folder and right click and click Add, we can go Add Project Output, and it's going to say you take the primary output from our other project, this Windows Forms Application 1. Just click OK. So basically what that's going to do is, when you build this project, it's going to put this primary output and package it up and put it on the user's application. Other things you can do here is you could add like an icon if you want to show an icon for your shortcut on the user's desktop or the program menu. You can add that to the application folder. So yeah, now we have our application output there. If we go back over here to the user's desktop, we can click Add, and click Create New Shortcut, and then you just need to link where you want your shortcut to point to. And that's going to be the primary output. So it will give us like this generic name, but you can give it whatever name you'd like. Hello World app, we'll call it. Okay, so now that'll show on the user's desktop, and then you can repeat the same process for the user's program menu. And then yeah, once the application is installed, those shortcuts will show up on the user's application. And then in addition, you can add icons and such to those shortcuts, so that it looks a little bit better. Okay, the next thing I want to go over is just the properties menu over here in the in our Hello World Setup app. So there's some things over here that we just need to edit to make additional installations and bumping revs a little bit easier. First thing we're going to do is we're going to say install all users. We'll just set that to true. That I just always do that, but I guess you don't have to. The other key thing that we need to set here is the remove previous versions. We're going to set that to true. Basically what that will do is in your if there's an older version of this app on the user's computer, it will delete that app first and then install this new version. If that is not set to true, you can run into weird things where you'll have sort of like you could have two apps that are of different versions running on the user's computer, which is bad. Yeah, and then that's more or less what we need to do here. And then obviously you're going to want to change your author and your product name and such to suit what you would do or what you're building. Okay, and then the next thing that I always do is I like to link my programs versions with my setup files version. So if we click this program and we click over here to properties and application, and then assembly information, so we're gonna bump the rev here. Bump that. You assholes! I'm recording a video.
So besides people walking by talking once,
you need a sign like on air sign.
Yeah.
Still have a banner, huge red light.
Okay, we're back. So what you're gonna want to do is assembly information here. You can set the version of your application in the assembly version. We're gonna bump the rev to 1.0.1 here, and if you click OK, and then when you go down here, and then we're just gonna match the version of our setup project to be the same as that assembly information. So we'll click 1.0.1, and then once you click away, it'll say it's recommended that the product could change if you change the version. Do you want to do this? Yes, we do want to do that. It's just sort of a Windows internal thing that keeps track of which assembly you're using. Alright, so now we can just click here and click build, and that is going to build us an MSI that is version 1.0.1, and it's going to put the output of that into this folder, into your setup debug folder, unless you set it to be something else. So then there you are. There you got your MSI. Usually what I like to do at this point is rename it to have some indication of what version it is. So I'll do that, and then you can distribute that to whoever you'd like. So that's pretty much the process in a nutshell. There you go.